Hello everyone and welcome back to the cat lady. The cat lady there, sitting on a bloodied bed. Just got bleach poured over her face, and now I'm playing as the cat, because she's not really in a position to move. So, yeah. I don't know, I think I'm going to try and save her. And probably starts by going through this hole. Jump in! Okay, I don't know if I'm Teacup or just another random black cat who was just here. But yeah, let's see if we can get Susan out of this. I don't think she's dead, but I think she's dying. I mean, she just got bleach poured over her face, so... Pretty bad, really, when you think about it. Just keep going right, yeah? I think so. Oh, here we go again. Go on.
Hey there. Gorgeous. I see my old lady brought the bleach. Again.
She's always doing that.
What a shame. I really liked your eyes. It could have been a start of something very exciting for us, if you know what I mean.
I think I do, yeah.
She does that.
Sick fuck.
Every single time. What do they call it?
Madness.
Trust issues. That's it.
No, I think it's madness.
Well, never mind. Plenty more fish in the sea. I'm not too fussy, but even I have some standards.
Really?
Ain't gonna touch a bird like you, I gotta be honest, girl.
Well, I'm kind of surprised by that. Right back at you.
I wouldn't want you to think I'm not a kind man.
No?
Plenty of time until dinner, and you're in pain, so...
I'm fairly certain they are cannibals.
End your suffering. Think of it as an option.
Right.
I've got this gun here. It's one of my favourites. There's just one bullet in the chamber. Large calibre. You belong dead before you'd feel any pain.
Oh, this is for me then, is it? Oh, thank you.
Sounds good, doesn't it? I mean, it's just an idea, you know, no pressure. Ah, of course. You can't see it. That bleach turns your eyes to nothing but jelly.
Yeah, that could pose a problem. Oh, blimey, here we go. Go on then, do it. Go on, do it, and I'll respawn and fucking kill you.
I'll just leave it for you here.
Right.
Feel free to use it. That bullet's meant for you anyway.
I think I'm tied down though, aren't I? So
I better go now. We won't want to get caught red-handed again, would we?
Haha, no.
You naughty minx.
Oh dear. This guy's even worse than the doctor.
What was that? You can't reach it?
No.
Well, what did you expect? Life's a real fucker sometimes.
Is this some sort of weird life lesson? Come on. Oh, yeah, meanwhile, back on the cat's side of things. Wow, there's like a rifle in there. Maybe I can get a rifle at some point. Okay, let's keep going. Do I keep jumping to the left? I apparently do, yes. A key! A key! Swallow. Probably not the best thing to do, honestly. That's the only thing I can do with it, so I'll swallow it. Sorry, kitty. Oh. Ah. Okay. What would the key be for then? Is it for the cuffs, maybe? Or something? Am I cuffed to the bed or am I tied to the bed? I'm not sure, but it's probably got something to do with Susan. I can't go any more left, so let's go back to the right. Is he gonna see me rushing around? Maybe not now. Jump! Jump! Okay. Okay. Alright, poor kitty. Swallowing a key. Not great, is it? I mean, actually swallowing it, not just holding it in his mouth. It's kind of cool, actually. I thought I was just going to be playing as Susan the entire game, but no. Okay, so what do I do? There's a hole. Okay, I can't go any more to the left. There's nothing there. I can jump back. Hang on, though. I think it's probably got something to do with Susan. Can I just, like, I don't know, use it? Oh, spit out. Okay. Hey, there you go. Oh, perfect. This is a smart cat.
What? Who's this?
Is it
My
Teacup?
eyes. I can't see a thing. That bitch.
Yeah. So is the rest of the game in darkness?
Key. Who are you? Say something. Anything.
Meow.
I should be able to unlock the handcuffs now.
Ah, it was handcuffs. That makes sense. Alright. So I assume we're out? I just can't see anything. Is that... Am I in control? Oh, I am! Okay. Oh, gun! Oh, yes, there was a gun here. For some odd reason, he decided to leave it with me, and he actually, like, loaded it, I think, so... Take! I think.
No!
Ah!
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
no! I dropped it.
I can't have gone too far.
Is it? Where the hell is it?
Probably somewhere on the floor, I guess. Floor? Search? Yes. Yes, okay.
I've got it.
Hooray! Alright. Now, as, you know, as he said earlier, my eyes are pretty much jelly now, so what the fuck do I do here, seriously? I can still move left and right. There's actually nothing left for me to see, though. I don't know if I'm, like, going in between screens right now, but there's no prompts. Can I do it with the gun? Shoot yourself?
I'm sorry, Mitzi.
She's doing
I have
it.
to break my promise.
Second time's a charm, I suppose. So... Correct, I am. Is this a game over? I can't be dead, I'm immortal. What's this? What is this? Something's going on here. I think I was meant to kill myself. Death is nothing at all. You've only slipped away into the next room. I am I and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still.
Hope you don't mind creepy posters?
Oh. I guess
It's your
not.
room. You can do what you like with it. But I definitely prefer this to fairies, rainbows, and pink unicorns.
Yes, yes.
Did
It's
you
nice to see
make
Mitzi in colour as well.
No. My boyfriend made them. Some of them, anyway. So, Miss Ashworth, I happen to have a bottle of wine in my bag.
Ooh, lovely
I was
jubbly.
going to leave it to Robert, but I forgot all about it.
Robert?
The guy with the rats?
Oh, yes. Of course.
Okay.
So, shall we have a drink then? We could get to know each other a bit more. I know,
I don't think that's my strong suit.
And, I mean, you don't have to if you don't feel like it. But since we're going to live together for a little while, it won't hurt if we talk to each other, will it?
I suppose not. No, are you sure you can drink in your condition? I'm sure she can. Yeah, that's okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's okay, I guess.
Great. I'll
Alright.
bring the wine.
Alright. I'll bring the amazing company.
Damn. It's one of those bottles with a cork. Have
Yeah.
you got a bottle opener, Miss Ashworth?
In the kitchen.
Oh yeah, I
I'll
do.
go
Got a
get it,
corkscrew,
shall I?
haven't I?
Yes, please. And while you're there, could you get a couple of glasses too?
I'm sure I could rustle something up, yeah. Okay, so this is presumably before I get, you know, knocked out and taken back to that house. So, yeah, everything's hunky-dory right now. Let's go get some glasses and some and a corkscrew, right? I think it was the... It was up here. Was there, like, a cabinet? Cabinet. There we go. Take wine glasses. One for me. One for Mitzi. Brilliant. Okay. Probably a bit dusty, but that's no worry. And I looked at this before. It was in the kitchen cupboard. There was a corkscrew. Oh my god, the light's on. Turn it off. Turn it off. There we go. Gotta save that money. Okay. There we go. Take corkscrew. Easy peasy. So, I'll just go back to her now in the spare bedroom, I suppose. Okay. Of course, I'm just waiting for something to go wrong because I need to know how I ended up in that house tied to a bed, waiting to be raped and getting getting bleach poured on my face. Not the luckiest woman in the world, is she? Hello again. Right. Talk to? Oh, I
Have
guess.
you found that corkscrew yet?
Yes.
You also need some wine glasses.
Right. Okay. Well, don't talk to her then. Let's just use or give. There you go.
I found some wine glasses.
Great. Now all we need is a corkscrew.
No worries. I got that as well. Give again. Yep.
There you go. Let's get that bottle open.
Yeah.
All right. That's all we need. Oh, and Miss Ashworth, I really must say this before we start.
Go on.
I promise I won't cut your throat when you're asleep.
Good to know.
Very funny, Mitzi.
Wouldn't make a bit of
I
difference,
mean
though.
it.
That's
I'd come back
fine.
and kill you.
But just so you know, I always sleep with my eyes open.
Which is kind of difficult to do. But is possible. Alright. Oh, brilliant topics of conversation here. So, cancer? It's not raining. Let's start with the weather. Let's start a little light.
Oh, it's not raining anymore.
Oh well, I don't mind rain. Sometimes I even like it. But according to weather forecast, there's a nasty fog coming. Now that I'm actually scared of.
Scared?
I got lost in a
Really?
fog once, when I was just 9 or 10.
Don't fancy it anymore then?
I remember I sat under a tree crying, thinking some monster would appear right in front of me and drag me away.
But now that you're a big girl, you know there are no monsters.
Yeah? How do you know?
Well, it's, just logic and reason, basically. Well, here we go. I think this is the only appropriate answer at this point in time. The only monsters are us. Murderers, rapists, arsonists.
The only monsters are us. Murderers, rapists, arsonists. They're the real beasts. So far from humanity, they're no longer capable of feeling compassion or guilt. They're the ones we should really be afraid of.
Indeed.
But whether they're lurking in the woods or fog or the darkness of our cellars, it's all irrelevant.
No.
You can't predict what happens. You can't do anything to stop it. There is only one way. You turn into a beast yourself.
It's the way of
and
the
like
mace.
them, you show no mercy.
Whoa! Where did that come from, Miss Ashworth?
Previous
I
experience.
just don't like murderers. They're nothing but parasites.
Hit the nail on the head there. The Queen of Maggots has got into your head. For a good reason, I suppose. Do we talk about cancer? I'm trying to avoid it. Let's, how are you planning to find this guy?
How are you planning to find this guy?
I don't know yet. A bit of detective work, perhaps. It shouldn't be that hard, really. There are only 8 apartments here. One is yours. That leaves us with 7. I was hoping that you could give me a hand, actually. You know some of your neighbours, don't you?
Not many. I never really cared about them.
Shouldn't be too difficult.
They
Just knock
changed
on their
over the
doors
years,
and,
too. You probably also figured by now that this is not the sort of place where new neighbours are greeted with a freshly baked cake. You see a new face, you give them a blank stare as you pass them in the hall, and you forget about them a minute later.
That bad, eh?
Well,
That bad,
there's that
yeah.
bald guy who lives above me in flat 5. He came here recently to shout in my face.
Yeah,
he's
that didn't
a
end
nasty
well.
piece of work, but I really don't think he's the person you're looking for.
He
What
may
does
have
he
been
do
the guy
for a
who
living?
called the pest control guy, though.
I think he's a train driver.
Right.
I can't imagine somehow that my guy would be a train driver. Okay, that's good.
What does she know
Leaves us
about
with
him?
just 6. Anyone else you know?
That's
I'd
one
have to
eliminated.
think.
You know, maybe not tonight. Let's just talk about something else, okay? I have plenty of time. There's no need to rush this. Maybe tomorrow we could sit down together and make a plan. I could draw a simple
Maybe.
map of the building, and with your help, mark down who lives where.
Sounds good to me, Mitzi.
All of this seems kind of unnecessary. I mean, if you really want to find the guy, just knock on the doors, ask for whoever you want to ask for, and if they're there, they might be able to, if they're there, oh well, you've done it. If they're not, you get shown to where they might be. So, I don't want to talk about cancer. I guess I've got to, though.
So, the big C. Want to talk about it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really want to tell you about it like that.
It was a bit extreme, wasn't
Put
it?
you in a very difficult position, I know. It's just that I was really desperate to get this room. I hope you can understand. This is the last and most important thing I must do before my time is up.
Right.
It's fine. You seem alright. It's just... I find it hard to trust people these days. Maybe it's time I opened my eyes to see others have problems too. Some, like yourself, even bigger than mine.
Yeah, I suppose so.
What kind
She's
of
not
cancer
immortal.
is it? Do you mind me asking?
We've asked it now.
Brain tumor. Her name is glioblastoma.
Her name?
Her.
Yep, they're all girls, the way I imagine it. Just look at their names. Lymphoma, melanoma, myeloma, leukemia.
They do sound quite
sarcoma.
feminine. Yeah.
Each of them a fucking goddess of death. Beautiful and ruthless.
I'm not so sure about beautiful.
You might just be right about that, Mitzi.
Yeah.
I used to be a nurse. I know a few things about cancer. And I know glioblastoma. She's a real bitch.
Yeah, and yet she gets to be the prom queen before night ends, while I disappear down the back exit.
How long?
They said I had a year.
And that was 13 months ago?
That was 6 months ago.
Oh, blimey, okay.
Yeah. Not awfully long.
Yeah, you said earlier you've got quite a lot of time.
Is
so
there anything?
Maybe no. Let's
They've
get on with
tried.
this plan.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is a very dark, depressing, twisted game. This is certainly not for
We're gonna
everyone.
Talk about something else.
I guess so. Anything else, really. You mentioned a boyfriend. Tell me something about him.
You mentioned a boyfriend. Tell me something about him.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about him.
Can I take my clothes back inside and, you know, the
It's
volleyball?
Jack.
Jack.
He's dead.
Okay. Oh. Brilliant.
Oh.
No glimmer of hope in this game.
Ashworth, are you sure you want to listen about my miserable life?
I don't honestly
I don't want
know.
to bring you down. These aren't happy stories.
And I'm not a happy stories kind of person. I'm sure you've noticed by now.
No.
I guess so.
But quite shortly I am going to shoot myself in the head, so, you know,
Anyway,
it doesn't really
I suppose
matter,
I would have had
suppose.
to tell you about Jack sooner or later. After all, he is the main reason I'm here. I just don't know where to start.
Well, let's suggest something. Let's not go straight to how did he die. But, yeah, top to bottom, how'd you meet?
Tell me how you two met.
Oh, we knew each other for like forever. We grew up on the same street. It's funny how we seem to be made for each other. Perfect match. I always knew he was the guy for me, and I'm sure he never doubted that either. Jack was absolutely crazy about me. We thought one day we would marry, have children, be happy.
But somehow he died?
I never had many friends because I had Jack. I didn't need anybody else. You know, if there's one thing I'm really grateful for in my life, it's that I got to experience this pure, perfect love. Some people go through a lifetime without knowing how it feels. I guess I've been very lucky.
Sort
Though
of,
luck comes out
yes.
Sometimes.
Yes, it does, certainly. Yes, did he die before you knew about the cancer?
How did he take the news about your cancer?
He thought I was joking at first.
Pretty sick
He
joke.
laughed. And he got really angry. I swore to him I was serious, but he still wouldn't believe me. We had a big fight that night. It was our first and only fight. But it was awful. He smashed some stuff. His guitar, of all things, was the worst. He loved that guitar. Why did he break it? He was absolutely furious. He walked out on me that night, and when he came back the next day, he was different. He begged me to try surgery and chemotherapy. I didn't really want those things, but I did the chemo for him. It didn't help. It just made me feel sick all the time.
This is truly a depressing
I
game.
felt trapped in this strange place.
You've got to
where
be in the
nothing that
right
happened around me seemed
disposition
real.
for this.
Maybe that's why I didn't see what my cancer was doing to Jack, and it was destroying him as well. He changed. He became obsessed with death. It seemed death was all he ever thought about, even though it was me, not him, who was supposed to die.
Well, he got suicidal? See, I want to know, is this story sort of adapted from true life? I mean, not someone's true life, obviously, but the game designers possibly, if they've been struggling with depression. I need to research this, really. I might have to Google this. Because it's hitting the nail on the head as far as depression goes, I think. So, yeah, okay, Jack made those pictures on your wall. Was he an artist?
Jack made those pictures on your wall. Was he an artist?
He always liked all kinds of morbid stuff, whether it was music, movies, paintings. So do I, really. We had that in common, amongst other things. People say it's depressing to listen to sad songs or watch sad films, but I never felt that way.
And yet, you are scared of fog?
Yeah.
So that's different.
No, it's still stupid.
I might be scared of fog, but I like spiders. They're beautiful.
Yeah, me too, actually.
You must be out of your mind.
Wouldn't call them beautiful,
And
though.
honestly, there is a certain indescribable beauty in sadness. Just like there's beauty in the grey and ugly winter morning when you look past the obvious and notice what others can't see.
She's right.
You must love my apartment.
She's
then.
right.
It's like Ugly took a vacation here and never went home again.
Alright, here's the big one. How did he die? Because he sounded like he may have been suicidal.
How did he die?
Freak accident?
How did Jack die?
Requires a smoke, apparently.
It was so distant in the last few weeks before he died. What I didn't know was that he kept looking for something. I don't think he even knew what exactly,
Hope?
but it eventually found him.
Maybe not.
Or rather, he found him.
He?
There are those forums online, you know, about all sorts of stuff. Fishing, computer games, horses, gambling, addictions.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, really.
I know them well.
Accidentally, Jack stumbled upon one about suicide.
Oh, shit.
There's a guy there.
I think I was right.
Calls himself the Eye of Adam. He's a fucking god on that forum.
Really? Does he know the Queen
It's
of
like
Maggots
a
by any
failed
chance?
suicide club. People mostly try to help each other and offer support. Sometimes it just helps to know there are others like you. To listen to their stories and how they cope with their lives. But the Eye of Adam is an advocate of death. He dwells on human weakness. His
Oh, very
job
nice
is to
man.
plant an idea, to give them a reason to die and tell them how to do it, once and for good. Jack took the bait. Before he knew, he was completely brainwashed.
Really?
One day he
So he
sat
did
down
commit
with me and
suicide?
tried to explain his perfect solution.
Because
It
someone
was the
told him
Romeo
to?
and Juliet kind of scenario. We were both to die together in each other's arms. It was supposed to be a quick and foolproof death. There was no chance we would have been saved. All thanks to the Eye of Adam, who created a tool for perfect suicide. He told me it was very simple.
This Eye of Adam,
All we
is he
needed
going to be
was
one of the
easily
parasites?
accessible household chemicals, which combined together
I'm thinking
create a
yes.
gas called hydrogen sulfide that kills you within a couple of minutes.
Right.
I told him he was fucking nuts, of course, but he just wouldn't give up. He reasoned with me, and he begged, and eventually just kept screaming at me. I figured it was his crazy idea of a modern romance, but it was downright tacky and just wrong.
Tacky. Yeah, that's not exactly the word I would use for
He
it, but
said he would get everything ready and wait for me in our special place at dawn. 5 in the morning. Don't be late. Those were his last words he said to me. Then he stormed out. I cried for hours, thinking I didn't deserve all that from the person I loved most in the whole world.
oh, damn, yeah.
Sometimes I even tried to persuade myself that maybe he was right and I should do it. I just couldn't. I eventually fell asleep. I didn't plan it. My head was killing me. I was so tired. I woke up suddenly. I could see the sun rising out my window. It was nearly 5. In utter panic, I threw myself off the bed and ran out the door. I needed to stop him. I needed to get there before it was too late. But right there in my bedroom, before I even left, I already knew it was.
This is some serious shit.
When I arrived at our special place, it was already bright. We used to go there in the past, drink wine, sometimes smoke weed and listen to Pink Floyd, sometimes make love in Jack's car. There wasn't really anything special about that old parking lot. But to us there was. It was completely abandoned. It was quiet. It was safe. After that day, I've never gone there again.
Oh, so we're in control of Mitzi now. Okay. A cat and Mitzi in one video. Okay. This is some serious shit. I mean, you'll know if you've watched a few of my playthroughs that I try and make witty comments every now and then and make fun of the situation, but I think I've just got to be dead serious in this situation. This isn't something you make fun of. This is the car. What's that? Stop poisonous and inflammable gas inside. I guess he was trying to warn everyone else, so... Damn. Just damn. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I understand.
I'm so sorry. I think now I understand. He loved you so much, he couldn't bear the thought of living without you. And that guy, the Eye of Adam. I'm not surprised you want to find him. I know I would.
Give him the old mace
I'm not
treatment.
sure if I should believe that you only want to talk to him.
Yeah.
But hey, that's none of my business.
I'm not going to hold you back.
I don't know what I'd do if this happened to me.
Good to know, but I really just want to talk. I want to face Jack's killer and tell him what he's done to me. You know, the funny part is that he actually told me where he lives.
Huh.
He wants to meet me. Would you believe that?
How
That's kind of
come?
weird.
Well, this kind of thing he does is called trolling on the internet. It's usually a form of extreme bullying and psychological cruelty. Those who are clever enough say, don't feed the troll. Don't talk to them. It only makes it worse if you show any interest in them at all. And Eye of Adam is no exception. He craves attention.
So he was basically
He's a
killed by a
hungry troll who wants
master
to devour
troll.
as many hearts as he can get a hold of. I emailed him and told him I was a massive fan who loves his work. He wouldn't believe me at first.
Okay.
But trolls are always hungry, and I was prepared to serve him a meal fit for a king.
Ooh, this is
What
quite
do you
devious.
mean?
I like this.
I fed him so much bullshit that he really believed I'm a suicide preacher just like him.
Ah, but you can't just
Right.
go and talk to him. You've got to go and
I wish he'd given
fuck
you
him
his
up.
door number though.
Yeah.
It's all a part of some sick game he's playing.
That does explain why we
Sooner
can't
or
just knock on the
later.
doors, though.
I'll find him.
I mean, he's probably not just going to give us the identity. He's a keyboard warrior after all. So, right, okay. So, yeah, there were signs on the car windows.
There were signs on the car windows.
Warning signs, yeah. I found on that forum that the Eye of Adam doesn't want any accidental deaths. So he posted this poster design for people to print.
Oh,
It
that's
turns out
nice of
there's a
him.
whole sick ideology behind it. Fumes from the car could hurt anyone who opens the door, and that's not the point. The idea is to die willingly and with clear mind, to prepare for it, to embrace it.
Seems like
Jesus.
the suicide expert,
You'd think
doesn't
the
he?
police would investigate the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sounds almost like a sect.
This guy knows how to hide. The police can't be bothered to make an effort. It took me 3 months to
Oh, you
track
could
him
phone the
down.
police right
Now
now.
I'm finally so close.
If you know he lives in this
I can
building.
almost smell that fucker.
What are those two chemical... Susan, you're about to commit suicide a second time. You don't want to do it a third time, okay? How strong is the gas?
How strong is that gas?
Extremely deadly, it turns out. It kills in minutes. It's that stinky stuff that smells like rotten eggs, you know? At high concentrations, it can knock down an elephant.
Which will then kill you. What are those two chemical products? I think I've got to ask this.
What are those two chemical products?
I'm not looking for hints or tips.
I'm not sure if you want to know
Or am I? I don't know.
I get it. You don't want to tell me because I'm a fucking suicidal maniac. Is that it?
That's most of
No,
it,
Miss
actually.
Ashworth. No, I didn't mean it like that. Okay.
Yeah, you
Maybe
did,
to some
yeah.
extent. Just replace maniac with victim and fucking with recovering. You only
Yeah.
just come back from the hospital. Whatever it was that made you do it, you proved you are capable of going through with it. I don't know you long enough to tell you if you're completely over it now. And the last thing I want is to give you stupid ideas. It would be just like what the Eye of Adam does. I would never forgive myself if anything happened to you because of me. I mean, how could I?
Let's see. Those who want to die will always find a way to do it. It's kind of true, but you know what? Personally, I've learned my lesson. Dying is not for me.
I've learnt my lesson. Dying is not for me.
I'd really like to believe you, Miss Ashworth. But I will need you to promise me that you will never try this method.
Alright. I can promise you that I will never try this method. or any other method for that matter.
Yeah, I bet I got my fingers crossed.
Done that. Didn't enjoy it much. Do you believe me now?
Yeah, I think I do. Good. I'm
Right.
glad you said that, you know.
Okay.
The recipe for this deadly cocktail is
Oh!
very simple.
And we're back
Anybody's wife
here.
can make it in a blast.
Well, I'm gone. Oh, I'm alive, and I can see again, of course. Okay, so I got my eyes back. All right, thank you very much for watching. In the next episode, we're going to try and get some swift revenge. See you then.